Hi everyone, I'm getting ready to do a spring clean spell, one to purify the body, mind, and soul. And each one of us will be working on different things. This is to inspire you, to get you going on creating a little magic where you can release things. We're coming up to a full moon. And anything that's bothering you, that isn't aiding you on your magical journey, we're going to try to get you inspired with some of these ingredients here that most people will have on hand, and a little magic from the Tree Magick Oracle that I found on my shelf as I was hunting for things and decks that would really get me ready for this season. So let's pause, adjust the camera, and get busy. Now, the first thing I want to do is to make a blessing oil for my candle. Now, this right now just has some pure olive oil in it, and I'm going to be adding some bergamot. Now, I chose olive oil for its healing ability, and I'm choosing bergamot to also bring that scent and to speed the healing along and purify it. So I'm going to be taking a fresh bottle of bergamot. I happen to use Voyager as mine, and I'm going to add the drops here, but I'll be pausing in between simply because, I've only got so much time on my phone, and everybody only has so much time in their life, so hang tight. I'm going to see if I can add 6 drops. Now that comes out really fast with this dispenser. I'm sure that's the equivalent of 6, and it's a very soft fragrance, bergamot. Great for emotional healing, and we'll just add that in with some energy. I have blessed all my tools before I started, and now I want to bring this to the candle. So I'm just going to place a little bit on a finger that I can add to this candle I'm going to be using, cranberry mandarin. Cranberry is so therapeutic, and again, a little bit of citrus. So I'm just putting some of the oil and bergamot around this edge, and now I'm going to dress and offer the candle some more. So hold tight. So I did find in my stash some echinacea that I grew in my garden. So I'm going to bring the healing powers of this echinacea to the candle right here in the front. So I'm just going to be adding, some scrunched up pieces with the intention that I have things to do to clear in my path so I can move forward, and the echinacea is here to help me. And I'm going to move this candle out of my way. Now, the other thing I'm going to add is a little bit of lovage that I grew. Now, lovage is also a very nice herb in hot water, and it is very rejuvenating. And I think of the word lovage as bringing a little self-love to me as I work my spell. Now, what I'm going to do is take a little bit of a lit wax and add it to the top to seal this in. But I'm going to add a little bit of spritz of the bergamot oil that we just created as well. Okay, I've got the cleaning spray I just made. You can see the herbs inside there. And I'm going to add, if I can get this thing to, there we go, just enough to bring a little scent of the bergamot into the cranberry mandarin. And so now I'm not going to light the center candle yet. I'm not ready for that. But I am going to bring the wax on top of this to aid in sealing it before I light it. So this will take me a moment or two, and I'll be right back. So what I'm doing, as I say, is just creating a fairly substantial layer of wax, white wax for purity, over top of the herbs that I added in before I light the candle. And that'll seal some of the scent underneath, hopefully, as well. So that's all getting a nice coating of wax on the herbs. Now that candle has gone out. I'm also going to be adding in a little bit of jade for luck. Just some inexpensive crystals. And if I have 6, I like to do 6 for healing. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do. Okay, so I did bless those yesterday, and I did give them some tea tree to cleanse, because tea tree is in this bottle here, and I use this to cleanse a lot of my tools as I work. And I put 10 drops in this thing because I don't need it overpowering. That's enough for me. So these 6 gemstones for healing. I'm actually working this spell to remove allergies, to remove any anxiety and any fear. So jade is very good for that. Now I'm going to relight the candle and add some wax on top of this. Now this time I'm adding a little bit more intention. Each drop is going in and sealing the luck, the good health of the jade into the candle. And I'm asking it to, at the same time, in my mind, remove all irritants, all allergens from my path, remove all fear, replace it with strength, remove all anxiety, and replace that with peace and calm and serenity for moving forward in a fresh way for spring. So that is pretty good. I was going to add in some healing herbs that I have here, and this also had some essential oils added to it, but I think I've got enough in the candle right now that I'm going to set this aside. Now I should say that I am using inspiration from Essence of the Moon, Selena, and she did give me a little bit of a verse that I could say when working my spell, and it includes, "If the fates your health foretell, all conspire to make you well." I substituted me in there. "You are healthy, you are fine, strength and wellness will be thine." And I approached Selena because I have allergies to pets, and she was working on a pet spell for her darling daughter, dog, Darla. Don't know if it's a girl or a boy. No, it's a boy because it just got spayed. Now, I'm tapping into her inspiration. The spell I'm going to be doing has been modified a little bit in that she suggested and gave me a ton of information that she found on a Llewellyn site, and it involved a potato and paper bound in the potato. And I'm just going to say that was a great springboard, got me going, and my spell now is being created here in front of you. So thank you, Selena, and also thank you, Carrie, from Carrie's Mystical Musings, because she is inspiring me as well. So now let's get on to the heart of the spell. And I'm hoping I can do this in one video, not 2. I'm going to be using spring water from my brook, and I'm going to be putting this in the bowl with the apple because I want to cleanse it just a little bit further. And I'm going to be adding in some Himalayan sea salt. So that's going in the water, and that will aid me in purifying. So my intention is to just let this water and the salt blend and bring the blessings of healing into this apple This spell is for removing all allergies, all fear, all anxiety, and I appreciate Mother Earth and the work that she did to create this beautiful gem. And I ask her blessings in the spell that I work to bring the same healing abilities that an apple can provide. And you think of the apple, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And people, you still have to use your own medical advice from your own doctors. This is just something that you can do to boost your confidence in working with anything, any issues that are bothering you. So now I'm going to go ahead, dry this off, and cut it to prepare it for receiving my bay leaves with my wishes on it. Okay, so the spell that Selena gave me, as I said, was a potato. I prefer the healing qualities of an apple. So right now I'm opening this up to receive my bay leaves, and I've got to dry my hands off so I can write on them and get ready to place them in here and bind it within the apple with toothpicks. And then you'll see where this goes from there. Okay, what I did was just with a little bit of a ink pen write on that definitely I am trying to rid my body, it's time for it to go, that allergies bother me no more. And I did do a little reciting in my head before I put this back on camera. The other one is fear. I would like the strength of the Morrigan to run through me, that confidence, that sense of security. So I'm asking the blessing of the goddess to aid me on my journey to move forward in whatever manner without fear and without anxiety. I need to bring that courage back into myself to go forward and do whatever it is I wish to do, and nothing holding me back. So the idea is to do that. You can write your own on it. I'm going to put it face down next to the juice of the apple so it can start working. And in they go. This piece goes back over here. And the idea is to bind that and really think about things right now in your heart, in your mind, so that your soul can be at peace as we move into the next season. We're not carrying anything over that holds us back. So now I'm just going to take these toothpicks and bind this by pushing them through. This is going actually quite well. I'm doing it on an angle so it performs like an X. It's a barrier, so allergies no longer bind and attach to me. I'm creating a barrier between it and myself. When I push this one through, fear no longer holds me back. And with this one, I no longer have any anxieties within. So that is tight and secure, and I'll do the same thing on this side. I bind and remove and protect myself from allergens. I no longer experience fear with what I want to accomplish. And anxiety does not hold me back in any manner. So there you can see it deflects all of those thoughts from me. So let's go on. Now, as I move into the heart of the spell, I'm going to take this candle that was sitting in jade and light my spell candle. And I'll spend time afterwards and through the next few days working the spell and blessing it. Now, how does it all come together? Well, it's kind of neat because what we're going to do is return this to Mother Earth into soil so that it can decompose and take away with it all our things that are standing in our way, whatever that is for you. You know now what mine is. I've shared that, and now we need to move on and put this in position so it can begin and do its work. Okay, so I'm placing the apple that holds all of my wishes and incantations into a representation of Mother Earth, because right now where I am, there's snow and the ground is frozen. So I'm going to push this in as far as I can, and I'm going to add some more soil on top. Now, as I'm adding the soil, I'm thinking again, no more fear, no more anxiety, no more allergies. I bury this. I give it back to Mother Earth and let her take that energy. And as Selena says, you've put a lot of energy into, trying to keep the allergens away, trying to keep the fear and anxiety away. Let's take that energy and transmute it so that now Mother Earth can take it and use that energy in a more positive way. Now, I have a few more things. I have apple seeds here. I want to regrow, regenerate. So I'm going to put some, I guess 6. 6 for healing works great for me. Blessings, courage, strength, no more allergies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no more fear. And 1 for the unknown that the goddess can clear. I'm going to take the echinacea that I had left over, put it in here for healing powers. And I'm going to take, these are juniper berries. Just a second here. Yeah, I had a little incantation with the juniper seeds that I'm going to be adding 4. These were blessed earlier, and 4 for me is stability. So I am confident, safe, and secure. My desires and wish are granted, wishes. Difficulties are now overcome, and stability returns. And I'm just going to mix that in clockwise and bring the energy into that. Okay. I'm also bringing in, through some herbal tea, you can see here, elderflowers. Now, when I did some magical research, you've got the queen elder, the elder queen. So this is going to be sprinkled on the soil, and I have an incantation, and it's to call on my mother, my grandmothers for healing, the elders in my family to aid me at this time. Because as they say, if you don't ask, they can't really help. They need to be asked. So I call upon the elder queen. May my mother, my good mother, my grandmothers protect and nurture me. I draw strength and support towards me. And we'll put this in there to also compost. And I have one other thing. Now I'm bringing the 3 of Swords from the tarot deck. And this is a very inexpensive prediction tarot. But I'm removing the borders. This is the 3 of Swords I'm using. And if you've ever gotten and worked with the 3 of Swords, it can bring heartbreak, it can bring sorrow. And I want to remove these borders because I no longer want the sorrow and the conflict that comes with not being the healthiest that I could possibly be. So no borders, no restrictions. And this is going to go into the soil. And I have the Devil card. Temptation sometimes to fall back into old ways. Take off the borders. No more. No way. For whatever reason those ailments came, I am not a slave to them anymore. I remove it forevermore, so mote it be. And this I will place on the other side of the pot. Just pushing it down into the dirt. So what we're doing is building up energy and discarding all that we no longer want. Dis-ease is gone and health returns. Now I'm going to cover this up with more soil. Now I've brought some bulbs, some onion bulbs to the table, and I've got 6, and an onion grows strong, digs deep into Mother Earth, and she sends up these beautiful green shoots. The whole of it is edible. And when I think of the shoots, I think of the strength and the confidence of a tree and the growth versus dis-ease. So I'm going to go ahead and place 6 of these in the soil. And as I do this, I'm thinking of growth, of health, of strength, and transmuting something that no longer serves me into something that can benefit and strengthen me, purify me. Onions are very purifying. So I send that into the soil and into Mother Earth and into this spell. Oops, sorry about that. Now the remainder of it is using Tree Magick and the cards by Gillian Kemp. And I have chosen to work with eucalyptus tree because it's all about good news and growth. And these are really, really pretty and uplifting. I'm going to be using the date tree. If I can get a date seed, I will place it in the soil as well. So the date grants wishes, aids from spirits, and heavenly strength be mine. The apple tree, I'm going to be tapping into this one for, as I say, that healing, that brightness. The holly tree to, keep barrier against negativity and against illness. I'll be using the juniper tree card to grant my wishes, bring stability, and overcome difficulties. And I'll be using the laurel tree card for victory. And what I intend to do is to place these cards all around the pot with my candle and work my spell. So the first card, eucalyptus tree. The arms of love draw closer to me. The date tree, granting a wish. The apple tree, self-love. Universal love. The holly tree, for permanence. The juniper tree, security. And the laurel tree, victory. So they are all around my pot. The very last thing is to put some echinacea herbs from my garden in here and enjoy a beautiful cup of tea with my spell. I hope that inspires each and every one of you to do some spring cleaning within your own center, your soul, your body, your mind. And then to create, as I say, a candle that you can return and let those thoughts really start building on how you're manifesting a new path forward, a healthier path forward, and enjoy and embrace each and every day. So it's going to take a little bit here for my tea to brew, but in the meantime, I wish each and every one of you health and happiness.